Hi, this is Dave from Old School 4x4. I've had a few comments about the Beast, the truck, in my videos, so I thought I'd do a little bit of a walk around. See what you think. Las Vegas. You know, it looks really nice at night. The stars shining above, all the lights down on the strip. It's absolutely beautiful. Beautiful from up here also, especially with these rocks right at sunset. That's not what I'm showing you today. Today is the Beast. I don't even think we officially named this truck, but so many people have called it the Beast, so I guess it's the Beast. This is my 1962 GMC factory four-wheel drive long bed. The only thing factory still about it is the frame, the transmission, and a couple pieces of some drive lines. Everything else has been replaced, modified, broken, repaired, changed, etc. So, do a quick walk around here. This beautiful scenery. We really like the truck. We like going out and doing some four-wheeling, camping, go to the dunes. Spent a lot of its life being a mud truck, then kind of graduated to mostly dunes, and now we're trying out the slick rock, which is amazing to me because there's so much traction on this. I stall it all the time. Just watch my videos and you'll see. I'm used to a little bit of a slip and then spin and go. All right, so there's I guess that's the circle. All right, let's get some features. Again, like I said before, 1962 GMC. It was a factory four-wheel drive, and I've changed about everything. Under the hood, I've got a 6-liter LS, manual transmission, an SM420 4-speed. That's a compound low 4-speed, which really means I get 3 usable gears unless I'm in compound low. Whines, but works wonderful. Behind it is a divorced New Process 205 transfer case. And I don't know if you guys have seen a lot of these old four-wheel drive trucks. Let me back up a little bit. And when they go by, all you see is driveline. Drive shafts hanging down. And you see mine are tucked up pretty good. I have that 205 transfer case pretty much on its side up in the frame to try to get the drive line up out of the way so it doesn't hit. Behind it is a Dana 60. Got 456 gears. Detroit locker. I put a truss on it that I had to kind of modify because it was for a 14 bolt. So I had to cut it down and put in the reinforcements. See if I can get in here and show you. This is the support for my traction bar. This is going across all the way over the top of the truss, and then I've put these on this plate to reinforce it. So basically I've put that traction bar and just hooked it all in the entire, that was my finger, I'm sorry. Put it in to get a really good grip on the entire axle so that the pumpkin and the axle shafts don't twist. I've got disc brakes. It's actually four-wheel disc brakes. So it stops just as straight and smooth as can be. No diving, bobbing, weaving, nothing. If you look through, you can see my disc emergency brake, which I haven't even hooked the cable up yet. A couple Flowmaster exhaust mufflers. And here comes a couple 4x4s, side-by-sides. I don't know if you can hear them. Gas tank is tucked way up in here. Never gonna hit it. Used to sit down low. Got a couple recovery hooks on the back. I made a swing away tire carrier to hold the 38.5 tire. It swings open and I can actually turn it around and put it on the truck the other way to get more room in the bed. Let's see. Again, I think I mentioned it, 38.5, 15.5-inch wide Nitto mud grapplers. And I've got them sitting on, used to be old chrome spokes. They've been powder coated. I like the 15-inch wheels with 38-inch tall tire. It gives me a lot of rubber to soften up, take the rocks, especially when I air down in the sand. And well, it was cheaper. Hand built the suspension. Used to have a greasable shackle style, and I had to change it over to conventional, like a urethane bushing. I built all of these spring hangers out of, believe it or not, I-beam. There is no lift blocks. All this is hand built, because you can't buy anything for these trucks. Built the traction bar. Oh, sorry, that was my finger again. Traction bar, and just came as a kit with just the front end and then the bracket that goes on the back, and the rest of it I just had to come up with myself. Cobbled together some steel to make basically a traction bar mount and skid plate for the transfer case. I used to just bounce off the transfer case in Oregon when I would high center, and it's an old 205 cast iron. It could take it, but I decided to go ahead and put a little armor under it. This is that's two pieces of the old rear bumper material I cut in half, welded together to make the back piece, and I believe there's 3 pieces in the front. So I just scavenged what I had in the shop. That's kind of how I build it. That's how I build everything on this truck. It's kind of a scrap truck. I'm gonna go back here a second. This tire carrier I built. I bought these. These are spring hangers, and I don't remember what these were, but basically they're bushing mounts I bought. The rest of it is just scrap roll bar tubing. In fact, the bow in here is a leftover piece from the roll bar. That's an old sandbar off of a Ford, probably like 70 something Ford pickup, that I cut down and modified and put some plates on to make it work, and had a leftover piece and used it for the spare tire. It is a long bed. From far away it looks like a short bed because of the way it's set up, but believe me, when I'm on the trail, it is full length. The bumper goes to the very back of the truck, and on the front, the winch actually sticks out in front. So it is a full length truck. Made some steps, or you call them rock sliders. And up here, a long time ago, I ditched this, excuse me, I ditched the actual steps from the step side. I don't remember when that happened. I think it was when the bed kept falling off the truck. You know, I had this thing in high school, so I was poor. So I put, excuse me, I put a diamond plate bed in. And to give it the structure, it's all steel framing, square tubing, holding the whole bed assembly. So that ended up being the structure that I mounted the roll bar to. And then went ahead and put a side step or rock guard or tree guard or wherever I'm at guard to kind of protect the body a little bit. In the front, Dana 60 kingpin axle 456 gears, Yukon locker, power steering. I've got crossover steering on it. So there's no bump steer. The old worn, not a plug for worn, but it should say worn out. It's got a new cable on it and a new fairly, but this is one well-used workhorse of a winch. I've abused it. I've even used up a couple sets of solenoids pulling so hard with this heavy truck. But it works, so I keep it on there. It's on a receiver. So you can see it's kind of recessed into the grill. I didn't want it to stick out any farther than it was. So it's not too bad. And being on a receiver, a little more structure in the front because that's where it lives most of the time. It's on a quick connect and it can go to the back of the truck in case I need to pull backwards. Let's see, what else have I got on this old girl? Bilstein 5100 series, 14-inch travel shocks all the way around. I haven't measured my travel, but it works pretty good. The shocks are the first set of 4 matching shocks this truck has ever gotten. It usually gets hand-me-downs or find-me's. You know, when I find a couple shocks that came off of something and said, I think that'll work. It's kind of what it gets. So we put let's see here. Bought a used rooftop tent. Grabbed some material to make a rack. Because again, you can't buy anything for anything like this. So fab this up real quick. My main goal on this rack was to basically have the tent as low as it could be without the tire hitting if I pull the tire out. And I don't know if you can see it very well. It's right about there. The tire will swing out. The tent cannot go any lower. I want the lowest center of gravity I can get because the truck's already high and heavy. Let's see. I don't know if there's much more to tell you. We love this truck. It performs so well. The traction here is amazing. It did so good in mud. It did great in sand. It's doing good on the rocks. Wish we had air conditioning. That would be nice. I'll show you inside, come to think of it. You can still show up and still be pretty. It's all rhino lined inside. Got a couple best top Jeep seats for it. Not very comfortable, but they are functional. And I'll show you the 6 liters squeezed in here. Nothing super pretty. I didn't go for pretty. I went for functional. And it's pretty dusty. Did the wiring harness myself, had the computer reflashed, and runs great. No complaints. Well, I think that's it. I hope you like the beast and stick around and you'll see a lot more of the old girl in action. It's August. It's generally 100 degrees. So it's kind of hot in a black truck to go anywhere. As soon as it cools down a little bit, we will definitely be hitting some more trails and we'll bring you along. And I hope you enjoy the video. Thank you very much and be safe.